No nonsense gin drinking. All gin, no nonsense.
Hello gin lovers, welcome back. I'm Bobby Freeman, as you've probably guessed by now, and today, my friends, we have a local gin. The most local gin to me I think I've ever featured, because this, my friends, let me introduce you to it first. It is Greenwich Marine London Dry Gin. And as many of you may know, do you know? I don't know, I haven't told you. Well, I'll tell you now, I actually live in the borough of Greenwich. So I'm very excited to bring you gin from my home borough, the Royal Borough of Greenwich, don't you know? I'm never sure why they call it the Royal Borough, because you're unlikely to meet the Queen here. In fact, you're more likely to be violently assaulted on the way home. But anyway, it is my home, and I'm very proud to bring this little chap for you today. However, before we start, I must just warn you that disaster has struck the studio. Now, I don't want to be one of those stereotypical English people that just talk about the weather the whole time. However, we had a brief spell of hot weather a few weeks ago, so I was baking hot in here in the studio because of our corrugated roof. However, here in the UK, we cannot have a little bit of hot weather without it being followed by a tremendous torrential thunderstorm. And unfortunately, my leaky roof has struck again, and I have water all over the desk here. I'll move the camera so you can see it. So we have a lovely patch here, and also over here. It reminds me a bit of when I was growing up in the village, and there was always an old woman going around knocking on people's doors, collecting money for the church roof. Like, oh, have you got any money for the church roof? Oh, it's in a terrible state, it's gonna fall down. Well, never mind about the church roof, what about old Freeman's roof? Where's my collection? I was gonna tidy it up before I started the video, but I thought, no, I shall use the difficulty, and I'm gonna clean it up right now. I tell you what, the glitz and glamour of showbiz, eh? You don't get this on other YouTube channels. And we're good to go. So, my friends, I say let's find out what they say about it on their little website, shall we? Greenwich Marine London Dry Gin. British marine and coastal botanicals perfectly paired with the world's most remarkable ingredients from our world travels and underpinned by a classic London Dry base. The flavour journey is reminiscent of ocean travel to discover intriguing flavours from around the world. Handcrafted in small batches, aren't they all? And distilled in a single shot using natural and foraged botanicals. Oh, I do like a foraged botanical. Without any added flavourings or sweetness. So then, that sounds all very good, but get a load. I can just let you in on a little fact now. I actually did a little bit of research before the show, which is quite a rare thing for me. Get a load of these botanicals, right? So we've got three sort of lines of them. So start off with the kind of classic ones, okay? So juniper from, it tells you where they're from as well. I always like that. Juniper from Italy, coriander from Morocco, angelica from, oh, I thought the squirrel was back then. Angelica from Poland and bitter orange from Spain. Oh, and lime from Mexico as well. So that's like your kind of core sort of steadfast gin botanicals, right? However, hold on to your hats because this is where things get weird. So we've got Lulo from Colombia, Sakura from Japan, Tonka from Brazil, Balsam Fear from Canada, and Pink Pepper from Brazil. But we're not finished there, right? Those ones were described as the world accords. We then go on to the marine and coastal, okay? So we've got Atlantic Dulce, which is from the Celtic Sea. Now this is all kind of seaweed, I believe. We've also got Kombu Kelp, also from the Celtic Sea, and some sea fennel from the good old British Isles. Whew, good lord, that is quite a healthy mix of botanicals. So, I think we can safely say this is going to be something unique. Well, I hope it is. It certainly promises uniqueness with all those that sort of mix of botanicals. So I think we have fanned it around quite enough. I say we extract the top and drink the gin. Not sure why I did it in that sort of flamboyant, sort of theatrical way, but it's probably because I'm a classically trained actor. So then, I can also show you that actually on the cork there, I don't know if you can see that, they actually scorch the little logo into the cork there, which is quite nice, I suppose. So anyway, let's break the old fella open. It's not gonna have one of these. Oh, no, quite easy today. We chuck that over there. It does have a cork, so what's this gonna be? It's gonna be the Greenwich Cork Test.
The Greenwich Cork Test.
So it's only a tiny little cork. Is this a 70 CL or is this a 50 CL? Let's have a look. I can't see. It is a 70 CL. Excellent. I don't know why I wanted to find that out. I was just curious. So then, a tiny cork. We'll go for the little tiny cork test. Here we go. Hello there. Hang on. Oh, my friends, it is return of the squeak. For some reason, none of these gins we've tasted recently have a squeak, which is irrelevant, really, but kind of annoying. So we'll go for the full pull. Oh dear, well it promised on the squeak, it didn't quite deliver on the pull, but never mind, doesn't matter, as we all know, it's just a bit of fun. So then, let's get this fellow. Now I'm predicting a rather healthy aroma because, oh my God, I'm right, it's leaping out the glass already. Hang on a second. Oh, I was right. Wow, that, my friends, is jam-packed full of flavours. Not flavour. I always say flavours for the aromas, don't I? Well, I like to think I can taste with my nose. Jam-packed full of aromas, many of which, to be honest, I'm struggling to identify because we've got a lot of weird botanicals in there that I don't really know what they are, but I would say it's more kind of fruity than I was expecting, than I was anticipating. I thought it was going to be more of a kind of that sort of, very often these gins that are made by the sea or with sort of an ocean theme are quite sort of fresh, like sort of a burst of sort of ocean air, but I went straight into the lungs. This has got that, but it's kind of backed up. That's kind of a tinge around the edge. It's sort of the majority of the middle bit is kind of sort of beautiful blend of fruitiness, but kind of an unfamiliar fruitiness. I suppose a little bit orangey, but something kind of unfamiliar, a bit kind of out of nowhere. You're not sure what it is, but it's some kind of fruit. I need to give you more. It's a kind of a sort of a sharp tanginess, a bristliness to the fruitiness as well. There we go, that'll do. So then, let's get the old tonic in. What I ask is the ABV. It's 40%, so it's not too strong. So let's not drown it with the tonic, shall we? Let's just put about, what do we think? I reckon about that much should do fine. So my friends, here we go. My local gin to my humble little show here in southeast London with a leaky roof. I didn't say the name of it, did I? Greenwich Marine London Dry Gin. I say, cheers. Holy shit. Man alive. Oh, do you know what? I was a little bit worried about this because I really, really wanted to like it because it's been my, because it's my local gin and it's not, there is obviously small distillers just getting going and they have a rather beautiful little bottle as well. It's kind of a sort of a meandering kind of taste journey, a bit, ironically, a bit like, imagine this kind of the waves going up and down. You get a bit of something else, then someone else comes back up. So you get kind of, as you do in the aromas, there's kind of this sort of nice sort of sweet fruitiness running through it, but it's kind of backed up, bobbing up and down with, like I say, with a lot of these sort of seaside gins that sort of have a nautical theme. There's a gorgeous kind of almost sort of salinity to it. And in fact, I can kind of taste that on the lips. It's almost like a sort of a seawater sultriness, but just a tiny hint of it. It's kind of sort of a relaxed sort of feeling, a mellowy sort of flavours. There's a delicate sort of, a delicate juniperiness about it. But none of the flavours are heavy. They don't kind of sit bogged down in the tongue and in the mouth like that. They kind of sort of float and airy and nice and just swirling. It reminds me a little bit of the Isle of Harris gin. Have I got this? No, I've got that in the house because that was one of my favourite gins of the year, to be honest. It's got that kind of, that sort of sea kelp element in there. And, I've seen seaweed and sea kelp on the shore and not once have I ever thought, that looks tasty. However, whack it in a still and cook up some gin with it and somehow there's a little kind of sort of magic that happens in there, and it gives it a kind, as I said, I think that's what gives it this fresh, airy sort of sea breezy sort of element. However, let's give it a go neat, shall we? As we all know, I'm not really a neat gin drinker, but you never know. I'm gonna go. Get a load more juniper. Heavy on the juniper, straight in there. It's like a sort of a little juniper burst, like a boof, like a bomb. Am I getting the rest of the things? Not quite so much, as with many gins. I believe the tonic should be matched with this one. It's definitely a gin and tonic gin to me. So guys, this is a smaller distillery, as we know, sort of relatively new. So what are they going to be charging us for this little chap? Well, it's just under my top bracket for smaller distilleries. It's £39.50, which equates to about $55 or €46, which, as I say, is towards the top end. However, when it's something excellent like this, a pure kind of masterpiece of flavours, I don't mind pushing the envelope a little bit more. So guys, to sum up today, I'm so pleased this has been a hit because, as I say, it is my local gin. It looks absolutely incredible. And the botanicals, they've clearly put, you know, a hell of a lot of thought into this. It's very individual and it has its own kind of a real personality, and I like that. I really, really like that. And yeah, I know that most of my viewers around the world aren't going to be able to get this for a good while yet, but as I said before, sometimes it's nice to feature the stars of tomorrow, so you can look out for them. You can look back when they're sort of, you know, when they're sort of beating off the Beefeater and the Tanqueray and all that, and you could say, I remember when old Freeman was championing this one at its genesis. So my friends, I say, keep a lookout when it comes your way, or indeed when you visit the UK, because I believe we're open for business now. I think you can travel with certain less restrictions. Don't quote me on that, I'm not an expert, but I think it's easier to come to the UK than it has been previously. And when you get here, my friends, seek out the old Greenwich Gin, because I think you're gonna love it. So guys, thank you for watching the video today. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, then please, as always, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, press the old like button on the video, as well as the bell icon so you get notified when my new videos come out. And if you want to support the show, head over to the old Patreon page or click that button down there below this video. But until next time, guys, you know the drill. Take care, stay safe. Thank you to all my patrons and members, and keep drinking the gin.